This is the entrance to the lime kiln dock. Now it's actually up the end of there where they had the lime kilns, basically where they made the bricks to rebuild London after the Great Fire of London of 1666. Charles II was on the phone at the time, and after the Great Fire he said London may no longer be built by timber, it must all be built by brick and stone. And that is where a lot of the brickwork come from, to rebuild the city. Well, talking of building work, keep looking to the left, see all these tall tower blocks. It's hard to imagine it was only just over 30 years ago not one of these buildings existed. This was all the old sites of the London docks. In the London docks there was a wharf where the ships come over from the Canary Islands. The Fred Olsen shipping line used to bring us cargoes of fruit to the Canary Wharf. Well, over the years the docks closed down and all the land was bought up by two Canadian brothers called the Reitman brothers. They've now building with a pointed roof and a flashing light on the top. That's where it all began, the Canada Tower. First ever tower block to be erected over there, and for many years was the tallest tower block in Great Britain. In fact, we was always told that they couldn't build anything taller than that over there because of the flight approach to the city airport. That's why the flashing lights on the top. Well, obviously something has changed, because as you can see for yourself, it's now getting dwarfed by these new buildings, and it will do even more so within the next few years, because they've already given permission for 15 more tower blocks to go up over there. There's 4 under construction as I speak. They say once completed it will look more like the Manhattan area in New York. It's all modern design, Canary Wharf. You see the building with the sloped sides and all the round windows? That's called Cascades. The architect who designed it said he was going to design a building which would represent a sailing ship under full sail. Is anyone on board who thinks that looks anything like a sailing ship under full sail? I think they're probably on the same medication he was when he designed it. But as we go past, you can see the new tower blocks going up as I speak. Only a small one there. But you'll be amazed how fast they go up. To give you an example, you see the building behind Cascades, the tallest one over there. Well, just before lockdown, that was about the same sort of height. Now, bear in mind the building sites closed down for a while as well. We didn't work on these boats for about 16 months, but by the time we come back, that's completely finished, and they've already put the foundations in for the next 2 small ones. So that's incredible. Well, folks, as we come round the bend for the next sort of 5-10 minutes, until we get a little closer to Greenwich, points and places of interest come a little bit far and few between. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish the commentary up now. As we run into Greenwich, I will pick the commentary back up. I'll point out the sights of Greenwich, and I'll also give you the information on the tickets and returning boats. But just one more thing before I finish the commentary for a while, that is actually about the commentary itself. As I pointed out before I started, I'm sure most of you have realised by now, we're not professional guides on these boats. But